हेलो स्टूडेंट, वेलकम टू योरपीडिया एजुकेशन। एज यू ऑल नो दैट इसरो ने अपना जो रिटन टेस्ट का रिजल्ट है वो अपना डिक्लेयर कर दिया है और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में ऑलमोस्ट 1000 कैंडिडेट को उसने शॉर्टलिस्ट किया है इंटरव्यू स्टेज के लिए। फाइन। तो देखिए, इसरो का जो फाइनल सिलेक्शन होगा दैट इज टोटली ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ योर परफॉर्मेंस इन इंटरव्यू। अब तक जो आपका रिटर्न में परफॉर्मेंस था उसका कोई रोल नहीं रहेगा, बिकॉज आई नो ओवर द ईयर मैनी स्टूडेंट जिनका रिटर्न में बहुत पीछे रैंक था, कम परफॉर्मेंस था, मतलब क्वालिफाइड थे, बट जो इंटरव्यू के बाद फाइनल लिस्ट आया देवर इन द टॉप 10, टॉप 15, टॉप 20, मीन्स उन्होंने इंटरव्यू में बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म करा होगा। फाइन। तो कहीं ना कहीं अगर आप ISRO में अपना सीट फिक्स करना चाहते हैं तो आपको इंटरव्यू के लिए बहुत अच्छे लेवल पे आप प्रेपरेशन करना पड़ेगा। अब क्वेश्चन है कि जो हमने अभी तक गेट में स्टडी करा है क्या वो इनफ है इंटरव्यू के लिए। फाइन। तो आंसर इज यस। बट उससे पहले मैं आपको डिफरेंट लेवल ऑफ क्वेश्चंस और क्या क्या क्वेश्चंस रहते हैं वो थोड़ा सा बता दूं। देखो, जो भी शॉर्ट लिस्टेड कैंडिडेट है उसमें आपके पास कैटेगरीज होंगी स्टूडेंट की। कुछ स्टूडेंट वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल होंगे, राइट। कोई VLSI इंडस्ट्री में होगा, कोई कम्युनिकेशन डोमेन का होगा, कोई कोडिंग का होगा, कोई सिग्नल प्रोसेसिंग का होगा। फाइन। कुछ एमटेक स्पेशलाइजेशन वाले बच्चे होंगे और कुछ होंगे फ्रेशर ओनली। इसमें मैं उन बच्चों को भी कंसीडर कर रहा हूँ जो कहीं कोचिंग कर रहे हैं, 2-3 अटेम्प्ट दे चुके हैं, स्टिल दे आर स्ट्रगलिंग, अभी उनका इसरो में सिलेक्शन हो गया है, उनको भी मैं फ्रेशर में कंसीडर कर रहा हूँ, राइट। तो देखो, एक चीज यहाँ पे क्लियर आपको होना चाहिए कि सपोज अगर वो एनालॉग इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में कोई क्वेश्चन बना रहा है तो जो अगर एमटेक स्पेशलाइजेशन बच्चा है जिसका VLSI में स्पेशलाइजेशन है उससे क्वेश्चन का लेवल डिफरेंट रहेगा, उससे थोड़ा उस लेवल पे पूछा जाएगा जो उसका प्रोजेक्ट वर्क होगा या VLSI के कोर में भी जाया जाएगा। बट जो फ्रेशर बच्चा होगा, बीटेक ग्रेजुएट होगा ओनली, उससे क्वेश्चन का लेवल डिफरेंट होगा। अब वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल से क्वेश्चन का लेवल डिफरेंट होगा, एक ही सब्जेक्ट की बात कर रहा हूं मैं। फाइन। तो अगर आप कहीं पे देख रहे हो कि व्हाट आर द क्वेश्चन आस्क्ड इन द इंटरव्यू, तो आप ये जरूर देख लें प्रोफाइल क्या था कैंडिडेट का। समटाइम क्या होता है, हम ऐसे क्वेश्चन देख लेते हैं कहीं पे भी पड़े हुए, हमें लगता है यार ये तो हमने कभी स्टडी नहीं किया है। माइट भी वो आपके एमटेक लेवल पे आते होंगे बट ग्रेजुएट लेवल पे आप उनको स्टडी नहीं करा है, तो इस चीज को ज्यादा कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट ना करें अपने माइंड में। फाइन। और दूसरा चीज है इसरो, DRDO, बार्क, ये ऐसे रिसर्च लैब है, इनके इंटरव्यू में जो मैटर करता है वो करता है फुल एक्सप्लेनेशन। फुल एक्सप्लेनेशन। फाइन। आंसर का यहां पे ज्यादा कंसर्न नहीं है। दे सी योर अप्रोच, हाउ यू अप्रोच टू द प्रॉब्लम दे हैव पुट इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू। आप कैसे उनकी डायरेक्शन को फॉलो करते हैं। अगर आप कहीं पे स्टक हो रहे हैं दे विल समटाइम डायरेक्ट यू। Are you able to follow their direction? They also check that. So, you must keep in mind full explanation matter here. Fine. Now, अब तक जो आपने गेट में प्रेपरेशन करा है, जितने भी सब्जेक्ट आपने गेट में प्रिपेयर करे वो इनफ है। वो तो आपने एक बार जरूर रिकॉल करने है। रिकॉल करने का मतलब है एक बार ब्रशअप कर दो, अपनी कॉपीज को खोलो, नोट्स बनाए आपने, उनको रिवाइज करिएगा। वहां से आपको बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कंक्लूजन्स मिलेंगे जो शायद आपको हेल्प करेंगे इंटरव्यू में, राइट। न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व नहीं करने, जस्ट रिकॉल और रिवाइज करना है। इस वीडियो में मैं ये डिस्कस करूंगा गेट प्रेपरेशन के अलावा आपको कौन कौन से सब्जेक्ट प्रिपेयर करने हैं और जो गेट में ऑलरेडी सिलेबस का पार्ट है उसमें कौन कौन से टॉपिक पर ज्यादा एम्फेसिस रखना है। फाइन। अब देखिए, अगर मैं बात करूं सैटेलाइट कम्युनिकेशन, सैटेलाइट कम्युनिकेशन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में गेट का पार्ट नहीं है, डोमिनेटिंग पार्ट नहीं है। फाइन। तो ये आपको एडिशनली प्रिपेयर करना पड़ेगा। सम टर्म्स इन वायरलेस, सम टर्म इन वायरलेस कम्युनिकेशन, कुछ टर्म, ज्यादा नहीं। एंटीना इन डिटेल, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, एंटीना इन डिटेल गेट में है बट नॉट इन मच डिटेल। फाइन। देन बेसिक ऑफ रडार एंड माइक्रोवेव। तो ये वो पार्ट है जो आपका गेट में नहीं है, बट स्टिल दिस इज द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ इसरो, दिस इज द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ ISRO। फाइन। मतलब क्या है कि इफ दे आस्क यू व्हाट इज योर इंटरेस्टेड डोमेन इन विच यू आर इंटरेस्टेड, अगर आप EDC, एनालॉग कंट्रोल, सिग्नल नेटवर्क, ये सारे सब्जेक्ट की बात भी करोगे, स्टिल इस डोमेन से आपको क्वेश्चन पूछा जाएगा बिकॉज दे विल चेक योर नॉलेज इन दिस डोमेन फॉर श्योर। सो इसका आइडिया आपको होना ही होना चाहिए। फाइन। तो देखो मैं स्टार्ट कर रहा हूं बच्चों एनालॉग इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स से। किससे स्टार्ट कर रहा हूं? एनालॉग इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स से। देखिए एनालॉग इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में मैं फिर से कहूंगा जो आपके गेट के नोट्स हैं इनफ है, बट उसके अलावा किन किन की पॉइंट पे आपको ज्यादा फोकस करना है। सबसे पहले स्टूडेंट, बाइसिंग एंड स्टेबलाइजेशन, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक फॉर इंटरव्यू इन इसरो। बाइसिंग एंड स्टेबलाइजेशन, what are the stabilization devices circuit, what are the biasing networks। फाइन। इसके बारे में आपको डिटेल्ड पता होना चाहिए। फॉर व्हाट पर्पज दे आर यूज्ड। नाउ सेकंड इज मल्टी वाइब्रेटर। मल्टी वाइब्रेटर, बाइस्टेबल, मोनोस्टेबल, अस्टेबल, देयर एप्लीकेशन, डिजाइन यूजिंग ऑपरेशनल एम्पलीफायर, यूजिंग बीजेटी। गेट लेवल पे शायद आपने ऑपरेशनल एम्पलीफायर से पढ़े होंगे, बट हाउ टू डिजाइन यूजिंग बीजेटी दैट आल्सो मैटर्स। उसके बाद इसी के साथ वीसीओ, वोल्टेज कंट्रोल्ड ऑसिलेटर, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। देन यू कैन से स्कीमिट, ट्रिपल फाइव टाइमर, ट्रिपल फाइव टाइमर एंड इट्स यूजेस इन डिफरेंट मोड। So these are the topic which we rarely focus on the gate. If we focus, then we directly go with mathematical derivations only without going into detailed construction. If you have done, then good. Fine. Then there are some important practical effects like slew rate. You must be knowing the entire detail. Channel length modulation, base width modulation. Then various short and narrow channel effect, short and narrow channel effect in MOS, very important. What do you understand by the MOSFET scaling? These are the topic apart from your gate syllabus. Fine. Then what do you understand by the speed of amplifier, and what is limitation of amplifier which limits the speed, and comparison of op amp, BJT and FET devices as an amplifier. What advantages one offer over the other? You must be clear with this. Then high frequency models or high frequency analysis, high frequency analysis of amplifier. Fine. Then you must be having idea about velocity saturation, velocity saturation in MOS, and DIBL, drain induced barrier lowering. You can consider short and narrow channel effect, refer to this. And some more topics which are very very important in analog electronics, that is part of CMOS. Very first is voltage transfer characteristics, and what will be effect on the voltage transfer characteristics if we vary the parameters of NMOS and PMOS, like their aspect ratio is different, is equal, then what will be effect on the VTC. Fine. Now very important thing is power dissipations. What are the factors which are contributing into power dissipation in CMOS? He asks you static power dissipation, he asks you dynamic power dissipation, sometime he asks you to about noise margin, noise margin. So keep these things well prepared. Fine. So this is the entire part which you need to prepare in analog apart from the syllabus of gate. Fine. Now if I come to EDC, electronics devices and circuit, the very first thing you must have idea about effective mass. Importance of effective mass. Then you must have idea about EK diagram. then you must have idea about application of different semiconductor material. Then he usually asks the question, which material used at high frequency, which material preferred at high frequency, especially at microwave. Then he goes for diode switching transients, which includes reverse recovery time, storage time, transient time. He goes for BJT switching transients sometime. Time and again I am saying the GATE syllabus is mandatory. Along with this I am mentioning the topic apart from the GATE syllabus. Then thermal runaway, then safe operating area of BJT, then you need to prepare very important continuity equation for both time varying and steady state. And one very important thing, physical significance of Fermi energy and contact potential across junction, whether it is metal semiconductor. And one more thing, mobility degradation in MOS, mobility degradation in MOS, and very important, injection phenomena. Cover both low level and high level. So these are the some of the topic in EDC which you must focus. Fine. Now if I talk about network and control, in network and control the questions are very basic. 8 out of 10 students will answer each and every questions. In network, if you are good in electrostatics, these are the fundamental of network theory, and magnetostatics, then there will be no problem. What he do, he put some configuration of capacitor, inductor, charge, uncharged, connect them and ask you energy at this instant, at infinite, steady state. That all concept, mixing the concept of transient. Fine. So if you have good idea about how capacitor charge, discharge, what is the capacitor storage form, what is inductor storage form, how inductor charge and discharge, self inductance, mutual inductance, they focus on Faraday law, they focus on Lenz law, and sometimes they ask like their contribution to the engineering, electrical engineering, they ask question like this. So everything is basic. Fine, you can answer if you have command over electrostatics and magnetostatics. Fine, but in LCS, very easy question they frame. Mostly they frame on steady state, error, or stability. These are the two broad area from where they frame the question. If they go for difficult part, then they will use in control system controller and compensator. By using these they can make some tricky question. Fine. So must be clear with controller and compensator concept. What is difference between controller and compensator? Which dynamics are improved by using controller and compensator? Static, dynamics, factors, characteristics, right? These all factors they include. They sometimes include the question of root locus, why root locus used, which system stability root locus gives, open loop, closed loop. They ask concept behind Nyquist criteria. Sometimes they go for difference between enclosement and encirclement. They ask about pole and zero basic question, how pole transfer function related to each other. Sometimes they draw random transfer function and ask you the time bed order of system. That is why I told you most of the questions are very basic and easy from this subject, but from controller and compensator they make some really tricky questions. Right? Now if I talk about digital plus microprocessor plus microcontroller, honestly speaking, to this part they will switch only if you have done some project work which is based on controller. Only then they will switch to this part, otherwise they will not touch this part. They will ask about memory interfacing bit, they will ask about clock frequency, t-state, machine cycle only. Either they will put on very rarely some small program, but if you have studied for gate microprocessor, now it's not the part of syllabus. Earlier it was the part of syllabus for electrical engineering, I guess. In digital your focus must be on memory plus logic family. Most of the question will be from this logic family. Earlier it was the part of syllabus, but now it's not the part of syllabus, but according to me there is no logic behind removing it from the syllabus because it is very integral part. If you have studied analog electronics, then there is no problem in the logic family. Okay, so at least you remember characteristics of logic families, parameters of logic families: fan in, fan out, noise margin, power dissipation, propagation delay time, how we define propagation delay time, and especially in flip-flop. What are the control input, what are the triggered input, what is setup time, what is hold time, like this question they frame. Fine. Now we come to the very important part, that is satellite communication. See, in satellite communication, this is not the part of GATE syllabus here, and not much dominating part of your semester curriculum also. Alright, why I'm time and again focusing on the GATE syllabus? Because most of the students have prepared for the GATE also. Right? So in satellite communication, I will suggest you people at least have idea of basic of satellite. And for this, to include main key points, you can visit also the website of ISRO. Many key and crucial points are mentioned there. You can collect data from there. That will also help in the interview. Then you can go for the type of satellites. And frequency band used. They usually ask about the uplink and downlink frequency. And then very important, capacity allocations. In capacity allocation, you must prepare TDMA, SDMA, spatial division multiplexing access, FDMA, that frequency division. Then there are some important points like coverage angle, frequency reuse technique, why these are used, what is purpose, spatial isolations. There are many questions about traffic controlling. Then spot beam antenna, very important. What are the characteristics and advantage of spot beam antenna? Everything about spot beam antenna, why these two techniques are preferred. Then sometime he asks you to differentiate mixer, regenerative repeater, multiplexer, amplifier, transponder. These are the some factors he asks you to differentiate. And I have told you, in wireless communication there are some terms he include like spectral efficiency or spectrum efficiency, energy efficiency, latency, throughput, etc. These are the terms, at least you must have idea about this. And one very important, what is beam forming? You might be knowing what is AP power, access point, what basically access point means. These are the some of the topic they cover. Fine. Now coming to very important second phase, that is EMFT plus antenna. In EMFT, I told you already, all the entire things of gate very important. Then apart from that, Maxwell equation special importance in detail. He asks you to explain the significance and meaning of displacement current, relaxation time significance, interpretation, skin effect. In gate you might have studied but not in depth, plus transient time in transmission line, power transfer or power flow in transmission line, he asks you to draw cross sections of various transmission line, difference between waveguide and transmission line, then loss tangent, its importance, why we defined it, then dispersive and non-dispersive media, then phase velocity and group velocity, very important topic. So these are the point which he usually asked in the EMFT, right? Sometimes he also asked factor on which power handling capacity of waveguide depends. Attenuations in waveguides, attenuations and surface current in waveguides. So these are the various points which you need to consider. Fine. But now the main part is antenna. In antenna, while studying for gate, your concern is about radiation pattern, directivity, power gain, antenna efficiency, fine, directional gain, and your that antenna array, broadside end fire. Those all terms are needed equally here also. Mostly the question are on the two. First, on the basis of its radiation pattern, and second from antenna circuit point of view. So from this question is about impedance of antenna, and if I talk about radiation pattern, then you must have idea about radiation intensity, about polarization, about array and fire broadside, what is difference, what difference they allow. Then very important, you are having antenna effective length and effective area, beam width. He asks you about the concept of null, beam width between first null, secondary lobes, major lobes. Those all concepts you might have studied in the what? Radiation pattern. Then very important, freeze transmission equation. These are the terms which you must have been focusing, right? radar range equation. He asked question on the radar range equation. Then very important, antenna temperature. And now usually in last some years he is asking comparison of antenna performances on various parameters. Fine. So these are the topic here other from the GATE syllabus which you must have special focus. Right. Now in communication system which cover analog and digital communication, almost whatever is there in the GATE, that is entirely important. You must focus on the super heterodyne working, PLL very important, bandwidth of the analog modulation schemes, channel capacity, why probability of error is defined, how probability error and signal to noise ratio are related, what is figure of merit of any receiver, what is quality of receptions, graph between channel capacity and entropy he gives to draw, roll-off factor, bit error probability versus symbol error probability. Sometime he asks you to draw the constellation diagram of various digital signaling technique. Then equivalent noise bandwidth, very important concept. Find noise figure, noise temperature, then system effective temperature. These are some of the topic which he focus on communication. Alright. Now if I talk about signal processing, there are some important topic apart from GATE which you need to focus on. Very first is correlation. This you might study in mathematics also. Then sometime he asks about the percentage energy bandwidth apart from GATE syllabus. Then sometime his focus is on the practicals, limitations of sampling. Then anti-aliasing filter. Hilbert transformer. What luxury it offers in signal processing. Then distortionless transmission. And very important, IIR and FIR filters, synthesis and analysis. Apart from this, you must have idea about orthogonality, orthonormality, how one signal can be represented in terms of other signal, how this concept can be elongated towards the Fourier series, and very important, pre-envelope and complex envelope concept. Pre-envelope and complex envelope, why we study this topic. And usually he asks why we need to study that much tool like Laplace, Fourier series, Fourier transform, so that you know from one analysis to other domain analysis. So student, this is the entire topic list which you need to focus apart from the GATE syllabus, right? Thank you.